I've been wanting to get onto the more filmmaking side of cameras. I'm very photography based, so I've always wanted to sort of mix it up and try and film stuff. I've never really been like great at it though, so recently I've been watching a lot of Daniel Sheffer. Like, I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you've definitely heard of him. He's in the same kind of realm as like Peter McKinnon, very much film based, B-roll, crispy. He's very good at what he does. I highly recommend checking him out. However, one night I was watching his videos and I was just sat there and I was like, how can I do something like this? I actually took a little tip from him and grabbed a notepad. I filled out everything that I want to do, including shot lists, items that I need, and a storyboard. So I had to think about stuff that I'm doing at the minute, and currently I'm decorating, so I was thinking, why not make some sort of advert slash commercial out of decorating the house. I knew I wanted it to have an advert vibe, like a commercial vibe. So in total there's 13 different shots in this, but the first shot I wanted it to pan down. What I was going to do, I was just going to get the camera and just slowly pan down, but I actually ended up just holding the camera still and doing a key zoom in DaVinci, and then I also rotated the angle with keyframes as well to make it look as if it's panning down and spinning onto the can rather than just a static shot. The second shot was a bit more tricky, it took a bit more time to nail. It's where I'm bringing back out the trusty PSP. So say this is my camera, I held it upside down and then I followed to the can, and then when the lid opened I then followed the lid back down into like a whip transition. It did take a few times to nail. The original idea that I had was to like pan around the can to popping it open, but it didn't look right. It would have looked so much better if I had a turntable, smooth spin, but this is all handheld at the minute, no sort of special equipment. So after nailing that shot after a few times, I wanted another shot like the beginning shot, but of the can being pulled away. So same sort of thing, jumped up onto the ladder, got a shot of that. It wasn't too hard, that was easy, that one. The next shot was a pain. This took a while to get. Basically, I'll demonstrate it here. This is the paint can. What I wanted it to look like was to come down and pour, and we got it. We got it! It did take a few tries. However, we only had one try with the actual paint because we didn't want to pour the paint, have the container full of paint, I have to pour more paint. So what we did was we practiced a lot with a can, just a random empty can, without pouring anything. We just wanted to get that fluid movement, and then once we knew that we had the movement down, we just went for it. Poured the paint, perfect. And then as soon as I call cut, the paint spills. But it's cool, nothing spilled anywhere. Shot number 7, which is really number 6, I'm going to call it number 7. There is the shot with the paintbrush, the POV paintbrush dipping in the paint. Again, I shot that on my own, I didn't need anyone's help for this one. It's just dipping in the paintbrush, but then I finished it off with a whipped pan up. For those who don't know what a whipped pan transition is, it's where you pan the camera fast, so you get that blur, and then you pan it in again the same direction on your next clip, and then you make a cut, and then they pan together smoothly. And then you can even add a over it, because that's how a blur sounds. Shot number 8. This is one, this was the shot I had in mind when I first thought of this idea. It's just where the paintbrush comes up and drags along the wall, and I followed the paint with my camera. The specific idea I had in mind for this shot was a probe lens style shot. It just gets in places where it's impossible with anything else, but it has a certain look, and I love how it slides along, and it's close, and it's just but yeah, I wanted to replicate that sort of look. I think it came out alright. Please bear in mind, this was shot in about an hour and a half with one light, and it's all handheld. And I'm not really experienced in this field. This is me learning, so learn with me. Shot number 9, the shot of the paintbrushes going up and down. In my head I thought this would look cool because following the brush, like the panning of the camera, I think it looks cool with the brush staying in the middle. There or thereabouts. I think it has a nice effect, and again ending with a pan transition upwards. Shot number 10, panning upwards from the last shot, I then panned to a roller. A shot of a roller just rolling paint in the tray. My initial idea for this was to have roll, 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 gone. However, things work out how they work out. I ended up only getting the one roll, so it goes roll and then back, but I'm happy with how it turned out. And then the next shot, shot number 11, is the same sort of shot as the paintbrush but with a roller. Again, this took a few times. We'll try to figure out which direction to follow. So from this way, rolling this way, or from this way, rolling this way, or again just from dead flat on, following the roller. But we ended up going for the one this way. I wanted to mix it up because the paintbrush was going in a certain direction, so I wanted the roller to go the opposite, so it wasn't just like repeated shots, different elements. Coming to the end of the advert now, shot number 12. I wanted a shot of the hand just wiping across the wall. Just smooth hand, smooth wall, dry paint, like a nice finish, just to sort of sell that quick drying. I don't know what I'm selling, it's an advert, so I'm supposed to be selling something. This is not sponsored by Dulux, by the way. It's all my own doing. And last but not least, shot number 13. The last shot. Not what I had in mind, but I think it came out better than what it would have done. Although there is an issue, and I'm sure you've seen it already. The flickering from my shutter speed. It is an issue. However, not one that I'm too phased about just yet. As I said, this is my first ever time recording like an advert. I made the Seabrooks advert in a couple of videos ago. If you haven't seen that, check it out. But that was a photo. This is a video. And to say it's like my first time, I'm buzzing with it. I'm really happy with how it came out. Took about an hour and a half to shoot, about 3 hours to edit. But again, it's just fun. I want to try and do more stuff like this. I want to make some more advert looking videos. I highly recommend this also. Getting a notebook, writing down. As the filming goes, that's really it. Colour grading, I just used a preset that I made for this footage. I actually made this preset in Lightroom and then made it for DaVinci. If you want to know how to do that, I can make a video. And as for sound design, a lot of the sound effects came from Epidemic Sound, but a lot of the sound effects were actually from the footage itself. I just cut some bits out, amplified it, made bits silent, made bits louder, and it just came together. So after colour grading and sound design, we have the finished product. I love this. I love this. I love doing stuff like this. Like the Seabrooks thing as well. If you want to see some more stuff like this, let me know. Dulux, where you at?
I get some bands and I get some bands and my little baby, yeah.
Hello, Monkey. Hello, you chatting? What are you saying? Are you winking at me? Ah. Hello. Little pussycat over there. I don't know if you can see her.
I get some bands and I get some bands and my little baby, yeah. I get some bands and I get some bands and my little baby.